Hello guys and welcome back to watch some more Diablo 3, and once again we are going to look one kind of skill build that I find out, but and while I'm talking one other thing, let's take the settings, and once again we are going to watch it in adventure mode, and we have played so much in Act 1 previous videos that let's take something else, like Act 5. And we are playing Torment. Yeah. Okay, so the thing that I want to speak before I go through this skill build is that kind of what is the meaning with these videos, and I just want to make clear the fact that the builds that I'm showing you in these videos, these are not the best possible or most optimized builds, or even not even the necessarily the most effective kinds of builds that you can find. For my idea is that I just want to find some interesting theme or gimmick or something like that, and when I get some idea, I a little bit start to try out and fool around with the skills and see if I can find a skill build that brings out the theme that I thought up, and some cases I find some kind of interesting build, and sometimes I'm not. And in those cases, when I find something interesting, I just thought that I would like to share those builds with you guys. So the idea is not to show you that how to play the game or that you have to use this build. I think more likely the idea is to give you guys ideas that okay, these things look interesting, I tried these, but I could make some changes that, oh, with this it might feel a little bit even better or suit more with my playstyle. So yeah, just want to make it a little bit more clearer that with these videos the idea is to just show you guys some interesting theme that I thought up and build a skill set around that idea, and hopefully you try it and make your own changes and find something interesting. But yeah, that's that, and let's go. What's this time is the skill set. So with primary attack and Rat generator, we are going to use Smite, and with Smite we are taking the Reaping Rune, and this also shows what is the theme with this build. So idea here is to create so much life generation all the time that you don't, that basically it could keep you alive. So, and that's the main reason why I have Smite, because with that it's much easier to keep all the time up that life generation. Other option that I had was Punish, but that needs the block chance thing. That is possible if you create your gear that way that you get more block chance, but for me Smite is the better option because it's guaranteed life generation because you all the time hit the enemies with this, and it also gives you a bit range attack. So that's my reasoning for Smite attack. Next we have a shield pass. Well, this doesn't really go with the theme, but I think that it still needs some kind of attack that you can make damage to the enemies, and that way I thought the shield pass is good, and this is also useful when if you need to chase down some enemies, so this also gives a charge. With this I would say that with normal enemies and bigger groups, the Saturate Shield rune is the, I would say, maybe the best option. Shield Cross could also work, but I've taken Saturate Shield because it just gives more damage. But with if you go in the boss fight and or otherwise a little bit harder enemies, then I would take the Bound, because this does just damage to one target and it is really huge damage to the target. So for bosses and bigger champion groups or stuff like that, I might change for Bound, but otherwise I would go with the Shattered Shield. And next one we have the Consecration with the Bathed in Light rune. And once again, this goes with team, and it gives life per second healing, and I would say that this is one of the panic button skills that you have. If you have tight situation, there's too many enemies around you, and Smite healing don't give enough healing that you can keep yourself alive. I would say that putting the Consecration in ground could help you. And in my case, when I tried out this build, the Consecration was really good and was giving the extra heal that kept me alive with the a bit sticky situations where some reason I did get a little bit too many enemies. So yeah, but this goes with the team for the healing. And next one we have Akarat Champion with the Prophet rune. And with this skill, some of you might think about that, oh, why do you have this one? This doesn't give you any healing or stuff like that. But like Consecration, this is also kind of the panic button. If you're feeling that you're overwhelmed with the enemies or problems with the boss, then I would use this, because the rune has the thing that if you die with the champion form, then you get back in the full health. So, and also with bosses and champion or elite groups or whatever are those things, then this also gives some extra damage that could be quite nice. But mainly this is also kind of the panic button if you are feeling that you're overwhelmed and you cannot survive with enemies with the Consecration. And next one we have this Aura skill, and with this we took the Loves of Hope. And like all the other skills with that goes with a team, this also gives the healing life per second, and with the Fate's Reward rune, if I feel that I need more healing, then just activating this and spamming all the Wrath using skills helps me get a little bit more health. But yeah, the main reason why I took this was the healing, because it goes with the team. And the last active skill that we have is the Blessed Shield with the Divine Aegis rune that gives us a little bit armor boost and boost for the life generation, and that's why it's kind of goes with the team, and also with Smite it also gives one more range attack that it's easier to get those enemies with a little bit further away, that or those ranged enemies that doesn't come close to you, and also because it bounces with several enemies, it goes quite nice with the AoE thing too. But yeah, these were the active skills, and with the passives we have Vigilant that gives more life generation, and it also reduces a little bit non-physical damage taken, but main reason for this why it's in this build is the life generation. I'd say it's quite nice option. And then we have Renewal that gives a little bit life generation when we are blocking, and because with this build we are using one-handed and shield, or weapon and shield, and I would say that this is that way a little bit useful, because once again it gives more life. But if you would like to change this, I think that the Wrathful could also be one quite nice option, since we have 2 Wrath spending skill and that we can easily spam, so but I think it's one of these two. Also, if you can guarantee yourself holy damage, then maybe holy course could also be useful, but in this case I'm using the Renewal, and yeah, just giving more life generation. But yeah, and next we have Fanaticism. This main purpose is just to increase the attack speed with the Smite, so that you can hit with that more often and get the healing in that way. So skill itself doesn't give you life generation, but it helps you get the life generation through your main attack skill. And also that's one reason why we have also Fervor. If you're using one-handed weapon, once again it increases your attack speed, so you can hit the Smite even faster. And with this build I would also recommend that you use the one-handed weapon, because those are normally a little bit faster attack speed, and so get a little bit faster spam with the Smite. But if some cases you have some really good two-handed weapon that you want to use, then of course you can change the Fervor for the heavenly strength that allows you to use two-handed weapon with the shield. But mainly because we want to keep the healing up all the time, that's the reason why I think the one-handed weapon with the just to attack speed boost passive is the best option in here. And with this build also, I would say that quite useful, or maybe a little bit important thing is also to take the Templar as your follower. Well, he has also he's on heal, but he also gets this little life generation that increases that. That's that we are focusing in this build. And if you go see the character details and going down to the life part, we can see that and if we see the life per second stat in here, it's over 25,000, so I would say it is quite nice life generation per second, and that's the thing that is going to keep us alive. Also, we get the life per hit and those, so we have quite nice. I would say that with this build you have quite nice resources with the life generation, and of course with the paragons we're going full with the life generation per second and life on hit, so those are things that are helping. So now that we have seen the skill set, I think it's time to go see how it works in action. So let's go see how it works. So now it's time to a little bit watch the build itself in action, and one thing that I kind of want to say with this that doesn't do really that much damage itself, so in some cases with the bigger enemies it might take a while to get them down, but if we remember that what's the reason why we are using this skill build is, it's the life generation and having the skill set that keeps us alive in all situations. So and at the moment, like in the beginning of the video, you saw that we are playing in the Torment 1 difficulty, and I have tried this out also in the Torment 2, and I would say that didn't really have much problems with staying alive. Main reason why I'm showing Torment 1 gameplay in this video is I just want to see myself that does it make that much difference.
Not enough rest.
But like you saw there, it took some time to get the enemy down there, but still, like I said, I would say the most important thing in here is the ability to keep yourself alive, even with the any kind of mob that there might come against you. And like you might have seen so far, every time, even if I take a little bit more hit, then I get so quickly the life back to full. So there really can be quite a huge number of enemies around you that really makes you struggle, or well, maybe with champion packs it could be a little bit more challenging, but still I did face few of those in the Torment 2, and it wasn't anything that I couldn't survive with the Consecration or with Akarat champion skill, so I would say that this build is damage wise it's quite slow, but I would say that with the if you go slow and steady you get the results that you want, so it's not always that bad thing. And like I said, we have those few damage making skills that we are using in here, so those surely help with some cases, but
I require more wrath.
But other things that I would like to talk about in this video while you can watch the gameplay in background is that I did try out another Crusader build that I'm going to make some kind of video, and if I end up making a video about it, then you could expect it to come out maybe tomorrow or so on. I didn't really think about it that much yet, but with that build I started to think about the possibilities that if you go full two-handed weapon and you don't use the shield, that so basically if you how would I say play a little bit more aggressive style with
I require more wrath.
so, and well, not going to talk about it that much in this video, but I did try it out and I think it worked quite nicely and was quite interesting idea, but yeah, we'll see. One thing that is sure that it is much more damage dealing build than this one, but yeah, I think we also did
My wrath is low.
do our bounty in this area, so this is basically just cleaning place out. But yeah, another thing that I think about this build is this kind of heavily life generation build is something that I might try out also with the barbarian, so that's maybe also something to wait for. I don't promise anything, I first need to find out if I can find interesting enough life generation build that I feel
Not enough wrath.
good to share with others, and yeah, then we'll see. But I think I'll be wrapping up the video in here, so I hope you enjoyed the video, and most important thing, I hope you did get some interesting ideas for yourself, and if you want to see more this kind of content from me, then please subscribe to the channel, and I'm trying to do this as often as possible. But with this skill thing, I would say that it goes quite heavily with the when I can find out something interesting to show you guys. So, but like, dislike the video. If you have something you want to comment, then feel free to leave your comment in the comment section. And I also might post this video in the Reddit in some place, maybe some Crusader related to subreddit. So you can also go comment there if you want. And yeah, like I said, like, dislike, subscribe to the channel, and we'll see you the next time. So, see ya.